is Sara on the McElyea team at Guild Mortgage, and I wanted to talk today about one of my favorite incomes to calculate and qualify from a mortgage standpoint, and that is self-employment income. I love you W-2 earners out there too. It's just really easy to calculate y'all's income, and I mean tougher math. No, but really, the self-employment income is so interesting because everyone's business looks a little bit different than the next person's business. So the way you file your taxes can actually help build that puzzle for us and help us put the pieces into place of how your business runs and how it works. So a few things I wanted to talk to you guys about today is what kind of documentation do we need when we're qualifying self-employment income? Since you don't get regular pay stubs, in most cases you're not filing a W-2 on your taxes. And then I wanted to talk to you also about what we look for on the documentation you provide to us, and also what we don't look for. And then the last thing is just some gotchas, a few key pointers for if you're looking to secure a mortgage when you are filing your taxes and you're self-employed. So first things first, what do we use to qualify self-employment income? Well, the only federally regulated documentation for how much income your business makes are U.S. tax returns. So that is what we will review for qualification of your business income. So if you file a Schedule C on your personal returns and everything runs under your Social Security number, then that's actually one of the simpler the Schedule C is the simpler self-employment income to qualify. The tougher stuff, if you file a business tax return and a personal tax return, maybe you do get a W-2, but you're also self-employed and you get commissions or you get stock payouts, bonus payouts. We can qualify all of those things. There's just a certain set of documentation that we need to qualify it, and it's almost always included in your tax returns. So we're going to need tax returns whether we go Fannie or Freddie or FHA for that matter. So any of the loan servicers we have, we're going to need to review tax returns for self-employment income. The second thing I want to talk about is what are we actually looking for when we look at your tax returns? I am not a tax expert, y'all. So I've had my share of the self-employment days back when I was a real estate agent. And it definitely is tough to file your taxes, file it right, not have to pay a ton of money that you don't actually deserve to pay because you really spent money on your business last year, and kind of juggling all of these things when you're thinking about filing your taxes. Well, I'm going to throw another thing to juggle in there. When you file your tax returns, we are looking for net profit plus allowable add backs. So we can't always add everything back in that you deduct, but we can add a lot of things back in. Business use of home, you're paying for that home, you're paying for that asset, and so we can add that back in. Another really important one, depreciation. Any assets that you own for your business that are depreciating in value over the years, we can add that back in because at some point you're going to have to buy a new asset to replace that one. So there's a lot of ways that we can add things back in that you're not necessarily having to pay taxes on, which brings me to one of my key points. When you are thinking about taking out a mortgage, and it's around tax time, like right now, it's a little late in the year, but it is extended this year due to COVID. So for those of you that don't know, the personal tax return deadline is June 15th. So coming up on that date quickly. But if you are self-employed and you're thinking about qualifying for a mortgage, definitely let your CPA know. And if you tell them and they're like, oh, okay, I don't know what that means, they can certainly call me. And that way I can tell them not how to file your taxes, not what to do on your taxes, but just what we look for when qualifying your business income. So hopefully none of this was too in-depth or too broad for you guys to get some value from it. And I think the only other key tip I have for you guys is provide a little bit of time for your mortgage lender to review your self-employment documentation. There's so many things to think about and so many little things that we need to pick up on and catch prior to issuing a pre-approval letter. So if you're looking at properties, making offers, I would definitely say give your lender a little bit of time to review those documentation before making your offer, and that will make for a rock solid pre-approval where we don't have to stress after you're under contract. So if you have any questions, absolutely give me or the team a call. We would love to talk to you about your self-employment income and how we can help you qualify for a mortgage.